a mountain to shore.
Hey YouTubers, Hankster here, and welcome to another collectible review. And we're going to, of course, focus on the Smurfs. Of course, their movie, the #2 movie of the weekend for 2 weekends in a row. And of course, they've already announced a sequel to the Smurfs for 2013. So these guys are doing pretty good for a cartoon company that's been around for 30 years and just came out with a movie out of nowhere. We're going to start off with our collectibles with a 2-pack series called Grab-ems. And we're going to start off with Papa Smurf and Clumsy. Now, in the movie, the voice of Papa Smurf is none other than classic comedian Jonathan Winters. Oddly enough, he played Grandpa Smurf in the original Smurfs television series. And, of course, Papa Smurf is the leader of the Smurfs, and sort of like the keeper of their magic spells and such. And Clumsy, sorry to say, he's a goof up. He means well, but one way or another, he'll trip and fall or crash into something because he's just clumsy prone. But I have yet to see this movie. I kind of want to watch this movie, but how odd is it to have a guy who's almost 40 years old go into a movie theater by himself to watch a kids movie? I mean, it's probably weird enough just going to see Cars by yourself. But I grew up watching this stuff, so I kind of have an excuse. This classic series started back in the early 80s on NBC, and with the success of other Saturday morning shows like Garfield and the Alvin and the Chipmunks becoming popular movies. Alvin and Chipmunks, by the way, are getting a 3rd movie coming out soon. Of course, obviously the Smurfs are going to be should be making a movie. So now, turn around, you got a close-up of Papa Smurf and Clumsy Smurf, and also a little peek at the other figures of the collection, including Smurfette and Gutsy, Gargamel and Azrael, and Brainy and Chef. But we're going to do just these two right now, along with Smurfette and Gutsy. So let's take a final look on these two, and move on to Smurfette and Gutsy. Now, if you haven't heard, singer Katy Perry is, of course, the voice of Smurfette for this movie. And Smurfette has a very interesting history. Now, in the very first episode of the Smurfs, I believe, she was introduced. Now, originally, she is not a natural-born Smurf. In the original show, there was only 100 Smurfs, and they were all male Smurfs. Gargamel decides, well, I'm going to create a female Smurf that will lead him into a trap. I can't remember exactly what the trap was, but now, of course, when he created her, she did not look anything like this. She had sort of spiky, shorter black hair. She looked kind of skanky, but being she was the only female, Smurfs really didn't care. But Gargamel's plan was found out. Smurfette turned out to be a good person, and through a magical spell by Papa Smurf, she became beautiful inside and out. So, and basically she was the only female Smurf until nearing the end of the run, when the Smurflings came on the scene, and the Sassy Smurf was the only other. I think maybe it was a grandmother Smurf. I'm not really sure, but I know that Smurfette for the longest time was the only female Smurf in the show. Now, Gutsy, on the other hand, I am not totally familiar with this guy. I can't remember if he was actually on the original series, but they did an interesting turn to make this seemingly unknown character a character in the movie. Now, as you can see here, he's Scottish. He's got sideburns. A lot of Smurfs don't have a lot of hair. Smurfette, Papa Smurf, they got hair. They had hair. Most of the other Smurfs are pretty much bald. I guess when you're a male Smurf, you get hair when you get older. But Gutsy Smurf here, he has sideburns, kind of like a Wolverine type sideburn deal going, mutton chops, and he has a kilt. That blue thing is called a kilt. It's not a skirt, and he has that little dealy bob on the top part of his hat, showing the trustees that he is a Scottish Smurf. So now, of course, I'm only showing you 4 of the main characters from the movie, the main Smurf characters. There are, of course, 2 other packages to the deal. There's Brainy and Chef Smurf, and Gargamel and Azrael. I'll get to them as soon as I can. But just check these out. If you're a Smurf fan, go out and collect them. I believe there's other collectibles out there, but I haven't really seen them out in stores. I got these at Walmart the other day. But just stay tuned here for more collectibles and reviews and other fun stuff here on the Multoyverse.